Hi, I'm Miss Katie with Arizona Farm Bureau Ag in the Classroom.
And I'm Miss Alicia with Arizona Farm Bureau Ag in the Classroom.
And we're so excited to be here with you today to talk about one of our favorite things. Food! Raise your hand if you like food. I love food. And of course, we have to have food to survive. But I also rather enjoy food. Do you enjoy
Me too.
food?
I love eating.
I enjoy food. And especially on those days that are a little bit cold and a little bit rainy, I like to eat a very specific type of food.
Me too.
What do you like to eat?
Soup.
Me too. Raise your hand if you guys like to eat soup. How many of you have never had soup before? Oh man. Well, today we are going to learn all about where our food comes from by talking about soup. So today I think we should start with a story.
We always read a story.
We always read a story. And so our story today is called Who Grew My Soup?
This is one of my favorite stories. It's so good.
So show us that you're ready by sitting crisscross applesauce on your pockets, hands in your laps, mouths nice and quiet. Here we go. Who grew my soup?
Who Grew My Soup? Written by Tom Darbyshire. Illustrated by C.F. Payne. A boy of age 10 named Phineas Quinn was out playing ball when his mom called him in. "It's lunchtime," she said. "Here's something nutritious." This instantly made young Finn Quinn most suspicious. "It's yummy," she said, with a smile brightly beaming, as she gave him a bowl of soup gently steaming. Finn looked down and thought, "Yuck! It's vegetable gunk! The foods I prefer are the foods she calls junk. Fake colors and flavors? Delicious and dandy. They're in all my favorite sodas and candy. Chemical additives? Yum! They're the best. The snack foods I crave are preserved and processed. I like stuff that's deep fried and loaded with sugars. But vegetable soup? Yikes! I'd rather eat boogers. This looks too healthy. I bet it tastes icky." So Finn hatched a plan, and oh boy, was it tricky. "I'll eat it," said Finn. "Yes, I'll happily do it, as soon as you're able to tell me who grew it." "Like you always tell me," said Phineas Quinn. "Don't put that in your mouth. You don't know where it's been. These veggies might come from some weird-off land, like Outer Bungolia or Distanistan. They might come from places like North Lost Mandu, or Timbuktu Far, or West Hinterloo. Who grew these carrots? Who grew these tomatoes? These beans and this barley? This corn? These potatoes? Who sprouted this spinach? Who planted these peas? And who picked this celery? Tell me now, please. I'll not take one sip of this vegetable goop unless you tell me this. Who grew my soup?" While Finn thought himself oh so terribly clever, he'd never have guessed what came next. Never, ever. His eyes popped. His jaw dropped. He fumbled his spoon. From the sky came a flying tomato balloon. The pilot in goggles was shouting, "Hello!" from a rather large cooking pot hanging below. "Hop in! Hurry up! Climb aboard! Tally-ho!" "Where are we going?" Finn asked, most alarmed. "We're going," the man said, "to where soup is farmed. I'm Mr. Matu, Chief Soup Supervisor, and we won't come back until you're super wiser. Our trip won't take long. Not at all. No, indeed. This balloon can achieve supersonical speed." As soon as he said it, they flew away, zoom, with a whoosh and a whir and a big sonic boom. Finn summoned his courage. He took a look down and found they were already back on the ground. "Finn, meet Farmer Hitchner. Hitchner, meet Finn. Mr. Hitchner's the farmer whose field we are in. These carrots, this field, and this farm are all his. Hitchner's a genius, a soup-growing whiz." "What carrots?" asked Finn as he looked all around. "They're down here," said Hitchner. "They grow underground." "They grow in the dirt?" Young Finn nearly gagged. "Gee, I've only seen them in stores, washed and bagged." Hitchner took hold of a green carrot top, tugged, turned and twisted, and pulled it out. Pop! The most beautiful carrot the world's ever known, more perfect than any that's ever been grown. "A superstar carrot," Matu said. "Can't beat it. So here's an idea. I'll wash it, you eat it." Finn would rather get cooties, but being polite, he knew he had no choice. He must take a bite. So he tried just a nibble, the smallest of munches, and soon he was making great bunches of crunches. "Hey, this isn't bad. This carrot's incredible. It's sweet. What a treat. Say, this root is quite edible." "There's something in carrots," said Mr. Matu, "that is good for your eyesight. Amazing and true. I eat them quite often. My vision is great. I can see at this moment that we're running late. So toodaloo, Hitchner, come on, Finn, let's go. We've got more places to see where more soup veggies grow." It seemed that no sooner than they'd left the ground, they'd crossed 17 states and were dropping back down in a field of tomatoes, all ripe, red, and round. "Finn, meet Farmer Perez. His thumbs are quite green. The tomatoes he grows are the best ever seen." This is delicious," nodded young Finn, as red, ripe tomato juice ran down his chin. "Oh, good, super duper," cried Mr. Matu. "Superlative, come on, we've got lots more to do." Farm to farm, field to field, whiz, whiz, whiz through the sky. From onions so fine they can make a man cry, to potatoes, to peas, in the blink of an eye. They stocked the best celery. They got to know beans, and met growers who know how to grow greener greens. Matu gave a cheer at the end of the day. "These farmers deserve a big hip, hip, hooray! They're all superheroes. They're all super great. They grow the best soup anyone ever ate." "But it's time to go home now," said Mr. Matu. "You have your answers. My work here is through." And then, just like that, Finn was back in his chair, and that big bowl of soup, steaming hot, was still there. "Guess I'll have to try it," said Phineas Quinn. So he opened his mouth and he spooned some soup in. He swallowed. He sighed. He knew he'd been beaten. That soup was the best thing that he'd ever eaten. Finn said, "Hey, how come you've never had this before?" His mom just laughed. Then she served him some more. So if you are someone who thinks soup is scary, if facing a bowl makes you worried and wary, take some soup in your spoon, put the spoon to your lips, and then say these words right out loud between sips. Who grew my soup? That's what I'd like to know. Who grew my soup? That's where I'd like to go. And a souped-up balloon might drop down from the blue with a friendly old fella named Mr. Matoo, who will take you aboard and then zoom off with you. It might not, but still, either way, any day you eat soup is a super good day.
Did you guys like that story? You did such a good job reading this
Thank
story,
you so
Miss
much.
Alicia. I love that story. Super fun. Yeah! That's probably my favorite part, right? Well, I thought it would be fun if maybe we did a little game.
Yeah, I love games.
I think it'd be fun to play a game. Do you guys like to play guessing games? Do you like riddles? Oh, well, today we are going to do some veggie riddles.
Veggie riddles.
So what does that mean exactly?
So I'm going to pull a card out and I'm going to read some clues and I want to see if you can guess which vegetable it will be. So I'm going to describe it and we'll give you some extra hints too.
Okay, I'll help you guys.
Okay.
Let's work together. Here we go.
And think about the things that were in the book too.
Okay.
All right.
Veggie riddles. What do we got?
I am the seed of the plant. I grow in a pod.
I'm a seed and I grow in a pod. Am I also green?
Yes. And sometimes it can be mushy.
Am I sometimes eaten with carrots?
Yes.
Do you guys know what it is?
Peas. Okay,
Very
good
good.
job.
The
All
peas.
right.
What else do you have?
Let's see. I am the bulb that might make you cry.
I think I already know what it is.
What do your parents cut? Sometimes you guys might not like them, but you can put them on hamburgers.
Usually you mix
You
them
can-
in food for seasoning.
Yeah, you can mix them in there.
and
You
flavor.
can deep fry them. Like
Or
rings.
if you go to some restaurants, you can get a blooming onion.
How many of
Good
you guys
job.
like onions? Not very many of you. Okay.
Okay, what's up
Ooh.
next?
I grow in rows. I hide in a husk. I can be eaten by animals or people. You eat my seeds. I am sometimes called an ear of
Corn. You guys got
corn.
that
That
one.
was
You guys are super smart.
easy.
Now on this one it says that it can be eaten by people or animals. And so I think that's something to keep in mind. When you guys are eating corn, you're eating what we call sweet corn, okay? Whether it comes from a can that was taken off of a husk for you, or whether it is your ear of corn.
That's why I
Now,
like it.
do animals eat sweet corn?
No.
No. They eat something called
Field corn.
field or feed corn.
Yeah.
And typically that is steamed and crushed into flakes, right? So we don't give them a whole ear of corn.
And if we went out and pulled that off the field and tried to eat it ourselves, would we like it?
It doesn't have very good flavor. It's
Because
very
we're used
starchy.
to sweet corn now, right? All the corn we buy at the store is usually sweet.
And kind of another fun fact, we oftentimes like to classify corn as a vegetable, but is it really a vegetable? If it's the seed of the plant? No. Okay, what else we got?
Okay. Okay. You eat my stem and flower. I am green. I look like a little tree.
Broccoli!
You guys got the little tree, right? They look like little trees. Are they
They
little
do.
trees?
I mean, they look like little trees, but they're not really little trees. They actually come from the center of the plant because they're the flower of the plant.
I am red and grow on a vine.
Okay, so a vine, not a tree. That's
Right.
important.
We can make it into things like ketchup.
Tomatoes.
There we
Good
go.
job. How many of you guys, raise your hand if you just eat tomatoes, not as ketchup or pasta sauce, but you'll just eat sliced tomatoes, maybe on a hamburger or all by themselves? Couple of you, okay.
I like the little tomatoes you see.
Yeah, ooh, like cherry tomatoes.
I grow on a vine. I'm long and green. You can find me in a salad. And you can also turn them into pickles, which are one of my favorite things.
Cucumbers.
Yeah, I love
Good
cucumbers.
guess.
All
You guys are
right.
really good at this game.
Okay.
What else?
You eat the flower of this plant. I come in lots of different colors: orange, green, and purple. Though you might think of me as always being white. The word flower is in my name.
Do you guys know? Sometimes people like to put cheese on it. Sometimes people make rice out of this.
It looks like broccoli. But
Cauliflower.
Yeah, there you go.
Very good. Okay, I want to read one.
Okay.
I want to read one. Here we go. I am tall and green. I am the long stalk of the plant. So think of like the stem of the plant. Usually you cut off my top when you eat me. Cut off the top of my stalk. Some people like to put peanut butter on me.
Oh.
Maybe some little raisins on there too. Call it ants on a log.
Yeah. What is that?
That's right.
Celery.
This is fun. Can I read one more? I want to read
Yeah.
one more. This is fun. All right. Ready? I am long and orange, although I can be other colors too. I grow underground, and I'm pretty crunchy too.
Yeah.
What is it? Carrots.
Yeah. Did you know carrots come in different colors other than orange?
Yeah, you can get white
Yeah.
carrots,
Purple,
purple carrots,
red.
Yeah,
Lots of different colors now.
lots of carrots.
Okay.
All right, give us another one.
This is my favorite food. I grow underground. I am a tuber, which is an underground stem. I can be made into French fries.
They already got it.
What is
You
it?
guys couldn't even hold back with that one.
Potatoes.
Of course it's a
I love
potato.
potatoes. They're so
Oh
good.
my goodness.
All right.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh,
I get to do this one.
I come in various colors, but you usually see me in bright red, green, and orange,
Sometimes yellow.
and sometimes yellow. I am sweet. Sometimes
Sometimes-
make it with like in fajitas.
Or there's a bell in front
Yeah.
of my name.
bell what?
Peppers. Good job.
Are bell peppers spicy peppers?
No, they're sweet
They're
peppers.
sweet,
They're
yeah.
sweet peppers. We like sweet peppers. Okay, here we go. This is the last one I'm going to read. Miss Alicia's going to read one more after this. Okay, so here we go. I am a magical fruit that sometimes makes you toot.
What is it?
I knew I was going to have to read this one. Beans! The magical fruit
She said
makes you toot.
That's funny. Okay, the last
one. What do we got?
I am very spicy. I appear green, but when ripe, I turn scarlet red. And if you guys eat that, you might turn red too because it's spicy. What do we eat that's
Like spicy, like hot?
Yeah.
I think we talked about these in being sweet just a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the type of a hot pepper? Yes, ghost peppers are hot.
Yeah.
Ghost peppers are hot. But I think we're talking about a jalapeno.
Ooh, you guys did Such a good job.
That was really good. I like that one.
You guys know all your vegetables.
So now we really just have one question to leave you with. Who grew your soup?